let's try doing an end-to-end scenario, which I have actually posted in the group, just 2 days ago. Okay, so where I said like, here is a scenario. We are launching the TVS Motors. Okay, then then I would like to print the page title. Okay, then I will click on the buy vehicle link. Okay, so let me open TVS Motors website. So I'm going to open TVS Motors. Then I need to print the page title, whatever the page title it has. Okay, the page title you will be having it under DOM, right? Here you will be having the page title. So if you scroll to the top, here you will be having the page title. Okay, so maybe this is the page title, like best two wheeler in India: bike, scooter, motorcycle, and TVS Motor. Okay, so this I would like to print it. Then I need to click on this buy vehicle link, which is the third statement. Okay, after clicking buy vehicle, I would like to book vehicle. Okay, basically I would like to click TVS Jupiter. Then I would like to select a model under TVS Jupiter, which one I would like. For example, I would like to select Drum SXC. Okay, and then click on next button. Then I will be on booking journey page where I need to provide some details. Maybe I will go with pin code or some dealer address, like where exactly the dealer is located. Nearby location I'm going to provide. Then I'm going to provide my personal details. I'm going to provide my personal details, like phone number something. Then I would like to validate this message. If I'm giving a wrong number, then I would like to validate this message. As well as full name means, like if I give without spaces, then it says first name and last name, both should be there. Why? Because when you give a space only, it considers like a full name. Otherwise it would think like it's only first name or last name, then it should throw this error. Then I'm going to give an email ID which is invalid, and I'm going to check this message. Now I'm going to give a proper values for each of them, and then click on checkbox, click these checkboxes and click on verify mobile number. Okay, so this is the test case I would like to automate, with the knowledge that we have in a single class. Then we're gonna spread, that test case across different, folders and classes. So I'm going to create maybe under Selenium. We have Selenium package, right? Oops, then operators, others, Selenium we have. So under Selenium, I would like to do this as a, I'm going to create a class called TVS vehicle booking test. Okay, I would like to do it like TVS vehicle booking test. And I'm going to have a main method, obviously, because in order to uh, execute this scenario, I'm going to have a main method. Okay. So first one, I need to launch the driver. So I need to launch this browser. So can you tell me like what I have to write it?
If driver is equals to new Chrome
Yeah.
driver.
So I'm going to launch the driver like web driver equal to new Chrome driver. That's correct. And then okay, let's see, web driver. I'm going to import the class. Web driver also I'm going to import the class. Then I need to use driver dot get method in order to launch this URL. Okay. So let me have this URL here. So this is how you're actually launching the browser. Okay. Now the next step is print the page title. Okay. Do you know what is the method that we can use to print the page title?
Get title.
Yes. So first of all, I'm creating a string called page title. Then I'm using get title. Then I'm going to print the page title. Okay. So it's going to print the page title. Then let me maximize the window. Once I print that, then this next step is like click on the buy vehicle link. Okay. So first of all, what I would require a web element to be created, right? So a web element to be created for the buy vehicle link. So let me have buy vehicle link. Like I'm going to create a web element buy vehicle link. Can anyone tell what is the the how do you identify this locator buy vehicle link? So this buy vehicle I would like to identify. So which parameter I can take it?
Is it the XPath we need to consider or anything should be
We can
fine?
actually consider anything based on the feasibility. So as we see, like we have only class is there, then href is there, and there is no link text. Okay, there is a link text as well as a buy vehicle. Bi-vehicle link text is there, but it has some spaces in it. Okay. So the best way to go with is, either we can directly go with, no, even this bi-vehicle is under IMG, not under A, right? So we cannot go with the link text as well. So the only possibilities that we have is, what is that we have? Only at this point of time, I see only XPath is possibilities there only for XPath, right? Yep.
Yeah.
So XPath, we can write it many ways. I can directly use, href I can use, or I may use link text as, like text equal to text containing by vehicle, or class navlink. Okay, let's check if I can use navlink. If I check it, there are many actually. There are 4 navlinks, so I cannot use this, right? So in this case, I left with only one option, 2 options basically. One is to identify with the href, okay, and the other one is to identify with the text. Right. So if I wanted to go with href, can you tell me, like, what I can write it?
Using XPath,
Yep.
that we have a anchor tag. So
Mhm.
/A and then @href
Yeah, href equal to,
is equals to that link we have there.
okay, that we can directly give this link. Okay. So this is what we can do. But there is other way as well. Like, if I don't want to give everything, just wanted to give book online, then so in that case I can go with the contains method. Okay. So I can go with the contents
Mhm.
of @href equal to will become comma, then book online. So we can notice, like, it is identifying one of one. So this is a link that we can use it. Okay. So let's have this created here. Then let's delete other things. Where are we doing it? Yes, right. Okay. So I'm going to have a web element created with the name as vehicle link, and with the name, with the XPath as by.xpath of, not this one. I don't want to use a complete one. I would like to go with the partial. Okay. I would like to use the contents method and identify this. So I have identified the by vehicle link, and now vehicle link. Okay. Now, what I have to do it, I have to actually click on it, because it says, like, click on the buy vehicle link, right? So I need to click on this link. So I'm going to use buy vehicle dot click. I can use it. Okay. So which will actually click on the link that I created. Okay. On the element, it will create it. It will click on it. Then it goes to the next page where I need to actually select the TVS vehicle model. Okay. I need to now select the TVS Jupiter model in the next page. Okay. So because it's a next page, it might be the case, like, the page may take time to load, right? Why? Because, as soon as you click on buy vehicle, it may take time to load that page. For example, here I'm having here, when I click on buy vehicle, no, if I directly write, like, after buy vehicle directly click on TVS Jupiter, then obviously it will fail. Why? Because the TVS Jupiter is coming after some time. After this page is getting loaded, the next page is has come. Till that point, it's no, it's not coming up, right? So for that, what we have to use?
Wait.
Exactly. So we have to use the weight. Now, which one is better, like implicit and explicit weight out of both two? Implicit means like that is applicable for every element, and explicit means like a particular condition. And until particular condition meets, we can go for the explicit weight.
Explicit.
Yeah, explicit. Why? Because here we wanted to wait until this element is available, or until this element is clickable. Until this element is clickable, I don't want to do this. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, I just wanted to first I would like to create a locator for this. Then I'm going to say wait until this element is located. Then only click it. Okay. So let me identify this locator. Okay. So this is TVS Jupiter. It has okay, text as a TVS Jupiter. Okay, it has a text as a TVS Jupiter. Maybe I can use that to identify the this one. Okay. Now if I go with the TVS Jupiter, let me write it. So if I write XPath for this, okay, the syntax is like /div, because it's a div tag, then text equal to TVS Jupiter, right? So now I'm going to write like a /div text equals TVS Jupiter. So, but the problem is now it is identifying two. Why? Because because it's a carousel, it may be the case like you will have the same uh, same item in the other page as well, in the another as well, because you're just scrolling, right? So it appears whenever you click on this arrow, it appears as a first. Then if you click here, it would appear in the middle. So in this case, it's like a duplicate items we are getting it. Okay, but I always wanted to click on the first one. Okay, so whenever I click on the buy vehicle link, so I would like to click on the first TVS Jupiter, right? So now in this case, what I can do, like if I wanted to click only the first one, okay, not all the two, then what I can do, I can use the index, okay, which means I'm going to wrap this entire XPath in a braces. Then I'm going to have index. Okay, then the one means it will give you the first one. If you give two, then it will give you the second one. So I would like to click the first one, right? So I modified it like this one. So now I'm going to have this one like vehicle motor link, or I would say this motor link. It's a TVS Jupiter of 1. Okay. Now using this motor link, what I have to do? I just need to click on it. But before clicking, I actually wanted to wait until this is clickable, right? Because unless this is available, I won't be able to click it, right? So I need to define what I have to write. I have to define an explicit wait. So do you remember the explicit wait syntax? Okay, just to remember it, you just need to instantiate WebDriver wait, right? So whenever you want it wait, you have to instantiate new WebDriver wait. So, and it accepts parameters, like when you hover on it, you can see like it accepts parameter. So these are all the, overloaded methods we have, like it accepts driver and timeout, or driver timeout and sleep, or driver timeout and sleep, as well as some clock and slipper. Okay. So now, in order to have this one, okay, I need to wait until some time, right? So I can provide driver comma wait. So driver comma wait. Wait is like in the form of duration is there. So you have to use the duration of seconds, whatever the seconds I wanted. For example, I would like to wait for 30 seconds. Then you can give this way. Okay. So this way you need to instantiate WebDriver wait. Okay, with its constructor having two parameters. Now, because I need to use this WebDriver, I'm going to create a locator, like maybe wait as a variable I'm creating, and the type will be like WebDriver wait. Okay. So, but what is the condition I would like to use? So then I have to write like a wait dot until. So I'm actually waiting until what is the condition? I have to give like expected conditions. I'm waiting until, so it's expected conditions until what I need to wait until element is clickable, because I need to click on it, right? So until element to be clickable, and it accepts two things. One is element to be clickable is if I write like element to be clickable, there are two methods. One which is accepting by dot locator, and another one is accepting if you take this one, it is accepting a web element. Okay, because you already have web element, you can directly use this one, right? So this is accepting web element. So you already have the web element. So what is that web element name? Motor link. Okay, you're gonna give this one. I need to wait even before this comes. Okay, I need to actually wait even before this is evaluated. So for that, what I have to do is I have to define this wait way before that. Okay, let me have it before it. Now I'm saying like I wanted to wait until expected conditions. Now instead of directly giving a motor link, I'm saying like by dot XPath. So this is the XPath I wanted. So I wanted to wait until this comes. I'm saying like I wanted to wait until this is appearing. Okay, until this appears, this I wanted to wait. So this wait, okay, until you wait, you can assign it to a web element. So you can assign a web element called motor link to this wait. So what actually does here is we're doing two things. We are actually creating a locator for the TVS Jupiter, as well as we are waiting until this element is clickable. Okay, we are trying to do two things here. Now, after it is able to identify, then I'm trying to click on it. Okay, now let's see what will happen. The reason I have chosen TVS Motors website is it's more dynamic. Like that it involves changes mostly like every day. Also, it's a bit complex to deal with few things. So as long as you get challenges, you will get to know the real time scenarios. Yep. So now it clicked on buy vehicle link, then it loaded, and now it has come to the debug point. Let's see. Now it should come to the debug point by evaluating. It is actually waiting until 30 seconds until this is available. Okay, so it has come here means like this is available now. Now if I click on this motor link, I'm just stepping over to see what will happen. You can see like it is taking you to the next page. The next thing is after clicking on TVS Jupiter model, wait for the page to fully load and scroll to the bottom. So I mentioned like, I just wait until the page completely loads. Okay, so I wanted to wait until page loads. So wait for the page load. So how do you wait until page completely loaded is? Okay, so I think I have shown you once, the JavaScript executor. When I explained about JavaScript executor, if you go to console and let's say I'm refreshing this page, and I was trying to get the page ready state. Okay, if I type like a document dot, so here if I type like document dot ready state, okay, so it will give me like a complete. And if it is, I'm here now, if you see document dot ready state, okay, if I see document dot ready state is giving interactive, which means it's still not loaded, that's why it is interactive. Okay, then wait for the page to fully load means I want to wait until this expression, like when you evaluate document dot ready state, until that becomes complete, I would like to wait. Okay, then what I can do is I can use the condition like wait until, because wait already defined it here, so I can use the same instance from now onwards. I don't need to every time write like WebDriver wait equal to new WebDriver wait driver comma duration 30 seconds and all. I have already created, so let me use this wait, and I am waiting until some expression becomes complete, which means now I'm going to use a lambda expression saying like until this driver goes to what is the condition I'm going to have is I would like to define a JavaScript executor and execute that script. So in other words, let me do one thing. In other words, what I want to do is first I would like to create a JavaScript executor. So JavaScript executor instance, how I can create? I can create a JavaScript executor by just typecasting driver. Now what I'm trying to do here is I'm typecasting driver, WebDriver into JavaScript executor, so that this JavaScript executor will get all the capabilities. This driver will get all the capabilities of to execute a JavaScript statement. We have used it for doing this scrolling up and down, right? We did scroll up, scroll down, and we also did some JavaScript execution things. We have done it, right? So that way this JavaScript executor helps us to evaluate something. Now I wanted to wait until this JavaScript executor dot execute script. I'm going to execute script like a return what I'm trying to return, document dot ready state. So until this dot ready state equals complete. So I'm saying like wait for 30 seconds until this document.ready state becomes complete. Okay, so I'm saying like you have to wait until this one becomes complete. Okay, so for this I'm actually, instead of, because driver already defined it here, WebDriver driver already defined it here, I'm just naming like a driver one. Okay, so which is like also a name that I'm saying like I wanted to wait until this page completely loads. This is an expression for waiting for the page for the full load. After wait for the page load, then scroll to the bottom, I said. Okay, so let me scroll to the bottom. Do you remember the method that we used for scrolling to the bottom? If you want, to scroll to the completely bottom, after clicking buy vehicle, then after clicking buy vehicle, after clicking TVS Jupiter,
Window dot
exactly, window dot scroll to, correct. I want to
scroll
scroll to the end
by.
actually. Correct. So now I wanted to actually scroll to the end. And now in this case, like, let's try that expression in the console first. You can also parallelly try, exploring this console, because all the JavaScript commands you will execute in the console. Okay. Now what is the command I have, like, window dot scroll to. I have a command like, it only suggests you here. It only suggests you like, yeah, scroll to is there, that you can use a scroll to. So I have scroll to you have used. Then after scroll to, what you have to do is you have to mention like where you want to scroll, because I wanted to scroll to the bottom, means like X value is nothing. Okay, because if you wanted to scroll vertical, then X value is 0, because you're not moving horizontal, right? Horizontal will be X and vertical will be Y. That is what we even do it in math, while drawing the diagrams and all, right? So X is 0 whenever you wanted to use vertical scroll bar. Now, what is the value of y if you wanted to scroll to the end of the page? Okay, so end of the page can be identified using document again. Using this document means document is nothing but DOM. Okay, so this is called as a DOM document. So because this document, if you scroll to the end, if you wanted to complete length, if you wanted to scroll it complete length, then you can mention like document.body. So of that body, then you have a method called scroll height. So scroll height. So using this, so using scroll height, you will be able to scroll to the bottom. Now let me check it. I'm on the page beginning here. Okay, now if when I execute this statement, you can see like the scroll bar scroll to the end. Okay, now if I wanted to scroll to the this one, like I can have like a minus, then you can see it went to the up. So if you wanted to scroll to the up, then it's going to be minus document body dot scroll height, or if you wanted to scroll to the down, it's like plus document dot body dot scroll height. So how to remember this syntax is you have to, whenever you wanted to scroll, you have to use window dot scroll to, and then because it's it's a vertical one, I am going to have x as a 0. Then I need to mention total height. How do I get a total height? Is in the DOM, like a document in the body. This is the body, right? So this body, this total body in the document dot body dot height. Okay, so that scroll height will give me the total scrollable height that it can go. Okay, now I need to execute this command in order to scroll to the bottom. Okay, now how I can execute it here? So if I wanted to execute that, I again, which instance I have to use it?
The JavaScript.
Exactly. I have to use
JS.
JS dot execute script. So what is the script I would like to write it? Like, I have to mention it in the braces. That's it, right? So this will actually scroll me to the bottom. Okay. Now, after that, what I said, like after wait for the page full load, then scroll to the bottom, then click on the drum SXE tab. Okay, now I don't need to actually wait until something or something. Okay, I can directly click on it. Why? Because by the time I scroll down, this will be automatically available. Then I can click on the drum SXE. Okay, now let me check what I can go. When I inspect the drum SXE, I see it's a link text having drum SXE. Okay, then I can go with that link text, right? Because it has a link text of, it's an anchor tag and has a value of drum SXE. Now I can go with the link text. Then I would like to define it like a locator, like web element. What is the locator name I can give? Model, maybe, yeah, vehicle model. Then either I can give like until element located by, or I can directly provide it because it will anyway be there. Okay, I wanted to directly available. Then instead of XPath, I would like to go with link text. Link text of what? The link text is drum SXE. So link text can be used only for anchor tags. Remember that if it is an anchor tag, then we have an advantage of using link text. So I identified this, until visibility of element located, until this is located, I'm waiting for 30 seconds. Then I'm doing a click on it. Any questions on this? How I'm clicking on drum SXE using link text?
Just a question, Ravi. I understand this line of code, but I was just thinking, since we have already, at the line 62, have all the elements of the page being loaded, so it's
Exactly.
already loaded. So do we need to again use this expected condition, or it's just redundant? Like maybe since all the elements are already.
Yeah. In this case, it's a redundant, I would say, because we were waiting until the page is completely loaded. We can actually directly write like a links on, like driver dot find element by. But your question is correct. Like we don't read that. Yeah, so we can have it like so by dot link text, right? By dot link text.
Yeah, in case we don't have this fully loaded
Fully
thing,
loaded is
obviously
there,
this
then
would
obviously,
be,
yeah, that is a
a
problem.
great.
That's correct. Your understanding is correct.
Yeah, the element
Because we're
not
waiting,
found thing.
element
Okay.
not found, you may get it. But here it's already we are waiting until the page is loaded. Then you don't require it. That's correct. So that's why I have given a
Got
plain
it.
one now.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
Yeah. Now the next step is to click on the next button. Okay. So have you opened these pages? Can anyone give me like maybe Siva, can you try giving XPath or for the next button, or you can try it here itself. What are all possibilities that we have for identifying this next button now? First thing is like it doesn't have ID, it doesn't have a name. Class name is there, but let me check if the class name is there multiple times. I think there are multiple class names. Okay, back and next has the same class name, so I cannot use the class name. Or let me check if I can use the type as a button, but there are many buttons actually.
There are several buttons here.
So then which one do you think it's better to go with? First, which locator, like a locator type, like ID, name, CSS, XPath, link text.
CSS.
We can use CSS as well as XPath as well. Okay, because yeah, we can use CSS as well. Like if you want to use CSS, then what is the syntax of it? Like button and then okay, it's a text, right? So instead of CSS, let's go with XPath because there are no other properties.
Okay.
Type button is multiple, class is multiple. Then I have left with only one option of identifying using the text, right? So let me go with the XPath. Then it's like / button. Then I'm gonna have like a text equal to whatever the text I'm appearing here that I can give it, right? So text equals whatever I'm getting it here, like I'm getting as a next. So I'm going to give this next here. Okay. Then it's going to identify the next button. And you say it's only one of one. So we should be good with this. Okay. Now I have used XPath for this, and the syntax is this tag name, then text equal to next, like value. Okay. So this is one of the XPath examples we had seen, right? Okay. Right. What you have written is correct. Let me use it directly, Supriya. So Supriya has just pinged me the code. I'm just directly pasting it here. Yeah. So next button, then I'm identifying using next and then clicking on it. Okay. So after clicking, it's like a next page. It's you have to wait until some element comes, right? Because it's again a next page. It may load directly or it may take some time. Okay. So after it clicks on the next button, let's wait until maybe this location comes. Until this location comes, I would like to wait it. Okay. Then first I need to locate XPath again for this location, right? So let me write it. The XPath for this is now it's input tag having a placeholder, name, ID. Yeah, I think it has ID, but ID is given wrongly as a mobile number. It seems like mobile number ID is there many times because so if you see mobile number is there for each and every field. So actually the developer have maybe forgotten while writing the code. Has given same for every ID. So we cannot use ID. Ideally, the ID should be like here location. Then for this dealership, for this mobile number, it should be that way. Then I can directly use like driver.find element by ID. Okay. But unfortunately, they have used the same ID for all of the fields. So I cannot use it. Then let me check what else I can use. I can use name, right? Name is also one of the things that we have. So just to revise under Selenium, I'm getting under Selenium, right? So to revise, what are the locators that we have? We have locators called ID, name, class name, link text, partial link text, tag name, XPath, and CSS selector, right? So I have name. I may use the name as one of the identifier. Like I can use like by dot name. I can use it in order to identify because I have the name here. So name is pin code. Just checking like if anything else has pin code as a name. Okay, name equal to pin code. I'm copying it here and trying to check in the Control F and Control V. Just to check like how many are there with the name equal to pin code. So with the pin code 1 and okay, there is only one. The other one is something which is not. We don't need to bother. I think name equal to pin code is only one. Then let's use this name. Okay, now if I wanted to identify this location, first I need to write like location also as well as because it's the first element here. I need to wait until this element appears, right? So instead of directly writing web element, this one. Okay, now let me go back here. Now the next thing I have to do is click the next button. Then I'm gonna enter a location. Select Dwarka, New Delhi from the dropdown. This is what I would like to do it. This time I would like to wait until the explicit wait. I would like to wait until something comes. Okay, so I'm gonna write like a web element select location. I'm saying okay. So select location. Now instead of directly writing like driver.find element, I would like to write like a wait dot because both returns web element only. Okay, so wait dot until what is expected condition I would like to have because it's a we are clicking basically on it, right? So element to be clickable. I would like to wait until this element is clickable. Of what is that element? I would like to wait for it. So I had seen like I would like to identify using by dot name, right? I would like to identify by using by dot name. And what is the name of this element? It's a pin code. So let me have the pin code here. So basically what will happen is it will wait until this pin code comes for 30 seconds because I mentioned it here. Okay, it's only one time I'm doing it here. That object is still live. Okay, that object is still live. When you double click, you can see you have used it here, and in future also it will highlight it. Okay, now once I identified this, what I'm trying to do, I would like to first enter like a Delhi. Mention like enter Delhi. Enter location as Delhi, then select Dwarka. Okay, so I'm trying to enter. What is the method that we use for entering text? So if you get doubt, you can come back here and look at the methods that we have used. Okay, so for the methods of browser navigation get methods we have, you can quickly refer this code if you got stuck at any point, like what are all the methods that we have. So these are for navigation. Then for checkbox we have a click. Then frames you have, weights you have, and then implicit weight. Locators example. Okay, these locators you have different types of locators that you have. Then locator types you have like these are the method actually. The locator type means like what is the method that you wanted to use it. Okay. I think these are also like use CSS selector. It's an assignment maybe. Then mouse and keyboard actions you have using actions class, and scroll option is there using JavaScript executor. Then drop down you have using select, and the method here Selenium example. Okay, the basic first example we have done it right. It's using method called send keys. So this way you can get to know like what we need to use. We need to use a method called send keys to enter something. So in the select location, I'm gonna send the keys as a Delhi. Okay. So basically it will enter as a Delhi here. So let me enter it manually. So whenever you automate, you need to do the same steps manually to understand the behavior. Okay. So out of Delhi, what is coming now? Now you have to select this Dwarka Delhi. Okay. So Dwarka Delhi, how to identify the locator? Just hover on this Dwarka Delhi. You can see like it has a text of this one. Okay. Now let me go with the text, like it's a div tag, then / div of text equal to text equals this one, Dwarka Delhi. Okay. It is identifying, right? So let me create a locator with this and just click on it. Means after you
Oh,
enter
we don't
Delhi,
need we
yeah.
don't need to use the drop down thing, Ravi. I was trying
Right.
out with.
That's a good question. So as I mentioned, drop down in order to use, there are two types of drop downs. Okay. One is select drop down, and another one is div drop down. So select drop down means you will have syntax like select. For example, on the Facebook register page. Okay. So the Facebook register, I think here it will give me error. Let me go here. Facebook register that we have done an exercise on it, right? So the Facebook register basically have a drop down for selecting year, month, and all. And when you right click and see, it's the tag name is select. Okay, here you can see like the tag name for this is a select. Okay, so whenever it is select, then only you will be able to use the select drop down methods, like by using visible text, all of this. We have done it here, right? Select drop down. Whenever it is a select, then only we will be able to use this option, like select equal new select, and select by value, select by text and all. But if it is a div drop down, we cannot use select. Okay, it is like you have to manually check like how actually you are manually doing that. You need to replicate. So manually what I'm trying to do, I'm actually first entering Delhi, then I'm clicking on the address. So I have to replicate the same thing in automation. Like first you need to enter send keys, then I have to click on it. So for this locator, until this available, look, until this clickable, I need to wait, and then I can click on click button. Okay, then I'm gonna write it like right. So now I created a locator, until this is clickable. Okay, just to wait until this is appearing. Then once it is appeared, I'm actually clicking on it. So I'm gonna click on this button. So I'm waiting for the page to load. No, I don't want waiting. I'm actually waiting until this is clickable. Then I'm entering the text as a Delhi. Then I'm selecting from the drop down as a this one. Okay. Now, when we actually start developing framework, when we convert this into framework, you will find this WebDriver into a separate class. Okay, and we will have a capability to deal with multiple browsers, not only Chrome. You will be deal with Edge, Firefox. It's only one property that you would give in the config property, which will decide which browser it has to open and what URL you have to open. Like based on the environment. Like in QA, what is the URL that it has to open? In production, what is the URL it has to open? So these two lines will get into almost 4 classes. Then all these methods, okay, this you are defining web elements, right? These all will get into one class called page object. And these methods, as I have shown you, these methods will go into reusable web element UI helper. And these actions will get into actions classes. Okay. that way to like go. And whatever you are sending the text, okay, like pin code you are sending, like a Delhi you are sending, then you are selecting something, right? These data will get into a JSON or Excel. So that's how actually we will convert this simple test case into framework. So for that you should have complete idea on how actually we are doing it in a single class. So now after you select this one, okay, what I need to do now, after I select this class, like I selected Dwarka New Delhi, I selected it, then it will by default come. Then I need to enter the mobile number. Okay, so what is the mobile number? What is the next step that I have is enter invalid mobile number and print any error message displayed. So first of all, in order to identify the this one, I need to actually identify the text, right? So I mean, I need to identify the XPath. So mobile number, I need to identify the XPath. So which one I can go with? It doesn't. It has a name as a mobile. I think I can go with the name as a mobile, right? Again, so let me quickly do it. So I'm gonna have a enter mobile number, enter invalid mobile number, right? So enter an invalid mobile number and display error message. So first I'm going to create dealership mobile as it's not dealership, actually it's a user mobile. My mobile I need to enter, right? So user mobile number, or I can simply have the web element definition same as whatever you are seeing on the UI. That is better. It's like a mobile number is there, right? So let me have it like a mobile number, so that when a new developer comes into, when a new QA tester comes into the project, they will easily understand, okay, this mobile number maps to this one here. So that's a good practice. Now I'm actually identifying, now instead of this, I'm actually identifying using link text. Sorry, I'm using name, right? So I'm using name. Then what is that I have here? The name as a name, I have it like a mobile. So let me copy this, create it. So this way I'm actually creating an element. Then I would like to enter some invalid, like 1, 2, 3 I have entered. Okay, then it's an invalid, right? So after invalid, I need to validate. So let me try doing it manually. So this is how actually you all automate. Like whenever you wanted to check, you would try to do it manually, and this is the error message that I'm getting. So let me inspect this and identify this. Okay, like using get text method, we can get the things, right? So all I need to do is I need to identify this error message. I mean the XPath for this, so that I'll be getting to know what is the text of it. Okay, so now I would like to identify this span. Okay, but if you would like to go with the error, okay, let me check how many are there. As of now, only one. But what if I give like this? Okay, then I'm checking it again. Then there are two. So it's a confusion. I cannot go with the class name as this one. Okay. Also, I cannot use this error as a text. Why? Because this is what something I need to validate, right? So I cannot use this. Okay, but I can do one thing, like from this element, okay, from this element I can identify its sibling, because label and span are siblings, right? So maybe using this XPath only I can identify the its sibling. Then what I can do, like I would like to identify this one with a name. Okay, then I'm writing like a label of @name equal to, what is that name I have a name as a mobile, right? So I'm going to have name as a mobile. This is what I have actually done it, to identify the label, then @name equal to mobile. What is wrong? Name equal to mobile. Okay, then maybe I'm not using. Why it's not identifying? Oh, sorry, it's not a label. I think it's input. Sorry, my bad. It's an input, right? Actually, the tag is not label, it's input. So let me go with the input. So from the input, okay, from this input, I need to identify the its sibling. Okay, for that input, the span is a sibling. Can you tell me like what is the XPath that I can use? If we don't know, let's go here and see. We have used multiple XPaths, like if the sibling, right? I would like to check the sibling. So let me go here. Parent, child, sibling. Yeah, I have a sibling. So if I wanted to go with the sibling, I have to use the following sibling. Then I have to like write this syntax. Okay, so this is the reason I created these classes, just to refer you quickly. Okay, now I can use like slash following sibling of span of whatever it is, like if it is span, it's a span or something, then let me use the same thing here. I'm just copying and pasting it here. Now it is identifying, right? This span is coming up. It's only one of one now. Then let me use this XPath in order to create a locator. Then how do I get this text? If I wanted to get this text, how can I get the text? Okay, meanwhile I will write. You can tell me what is the method I can use. in order to get the text. Okay, so after I this, sorry, let me go back again here. After I enter, I'm actually creating a web element for mobile number error message, right? Mobile number error message. So what is the mobile number error message? Like driver dot find element by dot xpath of. I'm going to give this xpath. So this actually identified my error message. Now if I wanted to get the text, I would like to get the text of it, like string get text, right? I have to use the web element dot get text. So get text method, we already used it here. Okay, so this get text method will give me that error message. Okay, whatever the text that is present for that. So let me print this one, like error displaying mobile number is this one. Okay, now similar to this, the steps are like, it says after this, after mobile number, it says tick the get update checkbox and verify it is selected state. Okay, so now tick the get update checkbox. Now how can I tick the checkbox? So how can I click the checkbox? So this checkbox, it is saying like, this checkbox is having input and ID as a checkbox input, and yeah, rest all is not there. So I only have
dot click.
Yeah, dot click. Perfect. You can use the dot click. And let me check if this checkbox input. Okay, this ID has many things, like, I think for other checkbox as well, it has the same ID. Then I cannot use the ID. So what else I can use it for? Let me check. Name updates. Maybe if I wanted to take updates, I would like to check if anything else has name equal to updates. It has name equal to updates, which is what I was actually checking for. Then there is no, right? Then I can use the name equal to updates. So this way you need to identify a unique identifier. First, you need to go for ID, link text, parcel link text, name. If that is not there, then only you need to go for the XPath. Okay, otherwise you can directly use it. So for this input, I can go with the name as a updates. So let me create a input, like it's a updates input. Maybe I will call it as update inputs. Then it's like a tick this one. Then I'm going to create web element as update checkbox. I'm going to use ID. No, I don't want to use ID. I would like to go with the name. I would like to use the name of, what is the name I would like to write it? I would like to write it like updates. Then I'm going to click on updates.click. Okay, updates.click. Also, there is statement like verify its selected state. I wanted to check whether it is selected or not. So the method is selected. You can use selected method in order to check whether it is available or not. Okay. So if I do Control Shift F on this selected and would like to see where I have used it, here is an example. I have used it in the checkbox example. Now using this navigator, I can go there. So in the checkbox example, I have already used selected to print whether it is selected or not. Okay, so that is what it is. So now I use this method to do this activity. Okay, so now after this, enter. Now they're saying something like enter only a first name. Okay, as example Neha in the field and validate. So now I need to identify the full name, right? So let me go with the XPath. What I can have for the full name. So for the full name has a name as a name. Okay, then I can go with the same name. Okay, name I can go. I can go with the find element name of name. Then what I'm trying to do, I would like to enter full name dot send keys, right? Because I would like to add data. It's like a send keys. And what I'm going to have is I will have something like a Neha. Okay. Now because it doesn't have spaces, it will give me an error. Again, to identify the error, again I need to have a web element full name error, and I'm using the same syntax. Like, instead of now. Okay, let me check what I can go with. I think I can go with the name, right? I think identified with the name, right? So maybe I can go with input of, I'm taking this as a reference. Let me copy this, otherwise let me copy this and check it here. So here or here, sorry, we're checking it here, right? So here I'm using the same, this one, okay, for this error. Now for this error, instead of name as a mobile, I'm going with the name as a name, because this particular full name has a name as a name, and the following sibling is its error message, right? It's the same thing. So let me use this XPath in order to identify that error. So let me replace it with this one. Okay, this looks good. Now how do I get again the error? Like, I will be getting like full name error dot get text will give me the error message. So what is that here? It says in the name field and validate the error shown. Okay, I would like to validate the error shown. For now, I'm just printing it. So if I wanted to print it, I'm gonna write it like sysout. Error displaying is full name dot get text. Okay, this is how I'm actually printing it. Okay, after this, there is one more, like enter invalid email. Again, it's the same thing. Like I'm going to create a element with the name email. Then I'm going to send her something like, 2 dots, which is an invalid email. Like, if I say like, mk.gmail.com, it will say like invalid email. Then I would like to get the message. Again, the same thing I'm going to apply, like, I'm going to create a web element as a error. Now I'm going to use name as a email. Then it will identify that error. I'm going to get the text. I'm going to print it. So these 3 things are same. That's why I was a little faster. But let me know if you did not get it. Did you get it? How I identified both text as well as error message. Or shall I explain it again?
Can you explain it again?
Sure. Yeah. So now this number actually I need to identify. First, I need to identify the mobile number. So for mobile number, I'm going like here. I'm going with the input, and I'm looking for what are all parameters that it has. Okay. So for mobile number, what are all parameters that it has?
So when we are doing this mobile number, one time we are giving invalid and the other time we are giving valid.
No, as of now, we are just giving all as a invalid. First, we are giving an invalid mobile number and verifying this text and printing this text actually. Okay. So in order to first enter input, I need to identify the locator, right? So in order to identify the locator, I'm inspecting it here, and I'm checking like which one I can use it. I cannot use ID because for all the fields they have used ID as a mobile number. See here as well ID mobile number. So I cannot use ID. Next locator I have is a name. So I have seen like a name is a unique. The mobile is a unique for name. For mobile number it's mobile, and for the email it is email. Okay, and for the first name it is first name. For the name it's a name, which means I can use name locator type, right? Yeah. So then I have written like a by dot name. So what I have done is like I created a mobile number and identified using by dot name. And what is the value I have given for the name?
Mobile.
It's a mobile, and for for name it's a name, and for email it's a email. That way, first I identified the locator. After identifying locator, I was just sending the value as an invalid value. For example, for mobile, I'm giving like 1, 2, 3. And for full name, I'm giving Neha. Full name means it should always have a spaces. If you don't give any spaces, then it will say like invalid. So for first name, the invalid will be Neha, like, without spaces. For the email has some condition, like, email should not have 2 dots. It should have only gmail.com, but it should not have 2 dots. If you give 2 dots, it will be throw an error. So to reproduce that, first I have identified, like I'm passing 1, 2, 3 here, then Neha here, and then some invalid email. Okay. Next thing what I'm trying to do is, as soon as I enter invalid, I wanted to print the text error message that is coming up here. Okay. So as soon as I given some random number, it is giving me this error, right? So in order to get this error, I'm actually anything, you just need to inspect, right? First you will inspect. Then I got to know like, this is actually this error message. And next thing I need to think is, what are all attributes that this particular line has? It has only class. Okay. It has class and a text. It has only 2 attributes. For example, if you see this input, okay, this mobile input, it has many attributes. Like it has a placeholder, name is there, type is there, ID is there. Okay, there are many. Out of use, I can either use ID, name, or I can go with the XPath having attribute equal to value, like placeholder, I can go, or class I can go, or value I can go. But this error message has only 2 properties. One is class, another one is text. So I actually wanted to print the text. Then you cannot depend on the text, obviously, right? If you depend on the text, then it will throw an error. Because, if this doesn't comes, if you are giving a valid mobile number, or this message, let's assume that this message is not coming. Okay. Initially, it's a please enter a mobile number. But actually, you are trying to validate, like, mobile number should contain 10 characters. Then what will happen? It will be a problem. So the primary rule in testing is, you should not validate something. You should not create XPath with something that you are actually validating. Okay, I've actually wanted to identify this, then I cannot use this text. Then left with only one option called class. Now, if I see this class, how many instances are there? I just copied this class, then I searched 3 times. Okay, it's actually appearing 3 times. So which means I cannot use the class as well here. I cannot use the class as well. Now, if I cannot use class and this one, then that means I cannot use
class with index.
That would also work.
One
that would actually work.
I can't.
That's correct.
Okay.
We can use. Like if you wanted
Class
to use
with
it with index, yeah, that can be possible. Like span of at that class equal to, you can have it That's a good thought. I'm going to have it like this one. Okay, at the rate class equal to this, and it's a span. Now it will give me 3. Then I can wrap it like on brace. Then I can go with 1, which should identify the mobile number, or 2,
Mobile number.
which will identify this one, or 3, which will identify this one. It's a perfect. Okay, you can use index as well. And
What is that? I mean, if index is not there, then we can go with the other locators.
Other locator. That's correct. I mean, like we can take help of other locators to identify this. Okay. And mostly index is not recommended. The reason is, let's say now they introduced, after mobile number, they introduced one more, like, gender as a, maybe an error message comes with a gender. Okay. For gender as well, they're giving some error message. Now what will happen is, you are actually identifying the third index as a email ID, right? Email ID is error message. But what will happen if something has come in between? Then this email ID actually becomes
order
4.
will change.
Order will change, right? It will become 4 and full name will become 3. Earlier it used to be 2. So that is the reason it is always better to write our XPath more reliable. More reliable means here, irrespective of any number of fields you come above or below, this particular message will always come under mobile number, right? We know that, this mobile number error message will always come under mobile number input. This full name particular error message, like enter both first name and last name, this comes after full name input box, and email ID comes under after email ID, which means like these are fixed. Okay. So now let me take help of this to identify the error message. Now, first of all, I need to identify this, right? So in order to identify this, I can go with input of name. So if I wanted to write XPath, I'm going to write like a input of at the rate name equal to, because at the rate attribute I can use, right? At the rate attribute equal to value. That is the syntax of XPath. So I can go with at the rate name is mobile. So I can go with like a name equal to mobile. Then actually it identifies me the input box. Okay, it is identifying the input box. Are you with me till this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's simple as identifying input element with some attribute. Now from this I actually wanted to identify this error message. Okay, so to identify that, I know, like, if I see label, input, span, or siblings, because they are under the same line. Okay, now span is the following sibling, which means like younger one. After input it's span, and the label is the preceding sibling. Preceding means elder. Okay, now I actually wanted to go to following sibling, right? So I can use the expression called following sibling. Okay, I have used following sibling. And what is the syntax? I have to use double colon, and then I have to mention what is his name, what is his tag name. It's like a span. Now the same thing I'm doing it for full name. Okay, if I wanted to do it for full name, I need to only change the name as a mobile here. Now instead of mobile, I'm going to give like a, for full name, it's a here
name.
It's a name actually. Yep. So name I have given. Then it identifies obviously this error message, right? Now for email ID, let me check for email ID. The same syntax I'm using. Email ID has a name as a email. Perfect. So this is how I actually identified the messages. Now once you identified the messages, how do you get the text? What is the method that you have for getting the text is dot get text. Okay, you have the method called dot get text, which actually gives you the text present in it. Okay, I'm just printing that. So it worked for you in debug mode or in this run mode?
I directly run it. Run mode.
Okay. Oh, now it worked. Okay, so it seems like that JavaScript executor, okay, that is not working. It seems that is the reason it's unable to do it. Okay. Now it has entered all this. You can see like array displaying for mobile number. You were able to fetch it like mobile number should contain 10 characters. Please enter both first name and last name. Please enter valid email. So you are able to successfully get all of them and able to print them. Okay. So now the last step that we have is after of this one, accept the privacy policies, then click on the verify mobile number, close the browser. Okay. So after this, I would like to click on this verification mobile number and click on verify mobile number. Okay. So I think this is what I was trying to do. Now let's identify this as well. Okay, to complete the flow. How to identify this input box? It has an ID called privacy. I believe it will be only one because privacy means, it's a privacy policy will have only one checkbox. I can go with the ID. Okay. Then I'm going to write, I'm going to create a web element locator. Here I'm going to create a web element with privacy policy checkbox. Or does it has a name as a privacy? No, right? It has ID as this one. So let me have ID as this. How do you click on checkbox? You just need to click on
dot click.
exactly.
Dot
So,
click.
so you're gonna write like a privacy policy dot click method. Dot click will click it. Okay. After clicking, I would like to check whether it is selected or not. Whether I was I mean that happened or not for using is selected method. So using is select, I identified this. Then I need to click on verify mobile number. Right. That is the last step. So click on verify mobile number. It's a button, right? So obviously it would have a button text as well. Let me check if it is working. So let me inspect and control V. So verify mobile number. It's valid, right? Verify mobile number. I'm just identifying using text. Because this class has some random thing. I don't want to use it. Button, there will be many buttons. So only thing is I can go with the text. Like I went with the text of verify mobile number. Then identified this verify mobile number. I need to click on it, right? So I would like to just click on it. Then verify mobile number dot click method. So this is the total scenario. So then tomorrow we're gonna see like how this single class will be converted into the framework that I have shown, right? Like that has classes around 50. How it is again converted into 50 classes, we're gonna see it. Okay, so that's why.
Yeah.